My parents refused to pay for my college for independence, but covered my sister's expenses. Now they want me back after family. When I turned 18, my parents sat me down for this big, serious talk. My dad went on about how I needed to learn independence and responsibility. He said paying for my own college would build character and teach me the value of money. My mom nodded along, saying they believed in me and knew I could handle it. I was confused because they'd been saving for my college since I was born. They had this whole fund set up. But suddenly it was all about life lessons and becoming a man. Fine, whatever. I applied for every scholarship I could find, took out student loans, and worked 2 jobs to get through state school. I'm talking overnight shifts at a warehouse and weekend landscaping gigs. I ate ramen for dinner most nights and lived in the cheapest apartment I could find with 3 random roommates. One semester, I literally wore the same 4 shirts because I couldn't afford laundry and new clothes. My parents would call every few months asking how school was going. I'd tell them I was exhausted and broke, and they'd say that's part of the journey, that I'd appreciate my degree more because I earned it myself. Meanwhile, my little sister Emma was still in high school, living her best life. New car for her 16th birthday, designer clothes, family vacations I was never invited to because I was always working. I figured she'd get the same independence speech when her time came. I was wrong. So wrong. Emma graduated high school 2 years after I finished college. I'd finally landed a decent job as an accountant and was starting to pay down my loans. Then I saw the Facebook posts. Emma got accepted to this private university that costs like $60,000 a year. I called to congratulate her and asked how she was planning to pay for it. She laughed and said mom and dad are covering everything. Tuition, room and board, even gave me a credit card for expenses. I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. I asked my parents about it the next time they called. My dad got all defensive, saying Emma's situation was different, that she was more focused on her studies and they didn't want her distracted by work. I lost it, told them that was the biggest load of garbage I'd ever heard. I worked myself half to death while Emma got everything handed to her, and their excuse was that she needed to focus on studies. What about me? My mom started crying, saying I was being cruel and that they made the choice they thought was best at the time. Best for who? Not for me. I told them I needed space and didn't talk to them for 8 months. No calls, no texts, no holiday visits. Then last month, my phone started blowing up. Turns out Emma dropped out of her fancy private school after 3 semesters. She'd been partying instead of going to class, failed most of her courses, and got kicked out of the honors program. My parents had already paid almost $100,000. Now Emma was back home with no degree, no job, and no plan. My mom called me crying, asking if I could talk to Emma, maybe help her find direction since I'd been through college successfully. I laughed. You want me to help her after you gave her every advantage and she threw it away? That's rich. My dad got on the phone saying family helps family, and I needed to let go of the past. I told him I'd think about it and hung up. A week later, they showed up at my apartment unannounced, said they wanted to apologize and make things right. My dad admitted they made a mistake with the whole independence thing, that they should have supported me the same way they supported Emma. But here's what really got me. They wanted me to let Emma move in with me, help her get back on her feet, maybe get her a job at my company. After everything, they wanted me to clean up their mess. I looked at my dad and said, you taught me about independence and responsibility, remember? Emma needs to learn those same lessons. Maybe she should get 2 jobs in a cheap apartment like I did. Character building, right? My mom started crying again, but I wasn't backing down. I told them Emma was their problem to solve, not mine. They'd made their choice 6 years ago when they decided she deserved an easier path. Now they could live with the consequences. I closed the door and haven't heard from them since. My friends think I'm being too harsh, but I spent years struggling while watching my sister get everything. I'm done being the backup plan.